Welcome to Deja Breathe Presents. Now, for those of you that are new to the show, every week I like to touch base on inspirational topics with inspirational people who can help make your life a better one. But today I have a very special episode for you. In honor of Thanksgiving and other holiday seasons, we're going to be touching base with a Jamaican chef who goes by the name of Chef Ty, and he's going to be making a couple of holiday dishes for us. So let's meet him and see what he brought. Chef Ty, nice to meet you.
So lovely to meet you as well.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes.
I feel the love. I feel
yes,
welcomed.
So I am excited to try these dishes. So tell us what you brought for us today, what we're going to be making.
So today we're going to be making some baked chicken, mac and cheese, cornbread, and then a like salad.
Awesome. My favorite. So I definitely love mac and cheese. Okay, so let's get it going. Let's start it off. All right. Now, I know you were telling me before you actually make the chicken, first it's best to prep it prior, the night before. So tell us what's the first thing you did before you wrapped it up. You said you used a couple of seasonings here that you brought.
Yeah. So when you first get your chicken fresh out the packaging, you're going to want to clean your chicken. So just rinse it off in some water, vinegar, lemon and lime. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to want to take out the spine out of the back of the chicken.
Okay.
So you're basically just going to use a knife, just break it out. Well, cut it out for the most part. Uh-huh. And then after that, I used a few different seasonings and then I blended them together and then I marinated it.
Oh, okay. So are these the seasonings here?
Some of them.
Okay.
So it was fresh vegetables that I used.
Oh,
so
fresh veggies.
So you want to go ahead and blend together some. In here is thyme, garlic, green onions, green peppers, and then Scotch bonnet pepper and pimento.
Oh, nice. And I will attach everything at the bottom of the screen so you guys can get the actual step-by-step. But as you can see, he mixed up a lot of different veggies for that. Okay, so we got that, and then did we mix the seasonings in with that? Or?
Yeah, so it was both dry seasonings and fresh seasonings. So
cool.
As well as that, you gotta have the adobo as well.
Oh,
but
okay.
We also used the jerk seasoning, the Walker's Wood, and then the can't go wrong without the Beta Pack. So.
Oh wait, what's it called?
Beta Pack.
Beta Pack. Okay, and this is a Jamaican jerk spice.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he is a Jamaican chef, so this is like his special recipe.
Yes.
So we're doing a Thanksgiving chicken the Jamaican way.
Yes,
Copy.
Indeed.
Okay, cool. So we got that, and then what else did you use over here?
Also, I used a little bit of Grace, garlic, ginger, pimento seasoning as well.
Okay.
And basically just all your regular dry seasonings, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and then you just want to mix it all together, let it marinate overnight, and then wrap it up, give it and you should be good.
So surround the whole chicken with that?
Yeah.
So basically what's inside the can?
Yeah, what's in the can mixed with the jerk seasoning and the dry seasonings as well.
Oh, okay. And just kind of rub it all together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then I did cut up some fresh sweet peppers, Scotch bonnet, there's thyme, and then there's some green onions under here as well, like underneath the chicken.
Oh, sweet. Okay, well, I cannot wait to try this. All right, so what's the next step after we got the seasons and everything on it?
You want to go ahead and put it in the oven after it's been marinated.
Okay. So we're going to put it in the oven, and we're going to set the oven to 350.
Oven was already preheated. But
Perfect.
Yeah.
So make sure you preheat your oven to 350. Let that kind of sit for about a good 10 minutes so it's nice and hot. And now we just put it in the oven.
Sure do.
Perfecto. So let me show you guys how it looks prior. So we got this. All right, I'm excited. So I'll give this to you, Chef Ty.
All right.
Perfecto. All right. So now that's cooking in the oven. Now, how long is this going to sit in there?
About an hour and a half. But you want to, about an hour way through, you want to turn up the heat. And then, I'm not going to lie, I'll be changing the heat a little bit. So I'll turn it up like about halfway through just so that I could get a darker color. Okay. And then like 10 or so minutes before it's about to come out, I'll put it on broil so that it can get that good color that you're looking for.
Okay, so you're saying first put it on 350, but halfway through, which is about 30 to 45 minutes, put it on a higher heat. So maybe like 400.
I would say like 375.
Probably like 375.
375, 400 around there. Yeah.
And that's to get it like a little bit darker.
Yeah, you just don't want it to be too dark. You know what I mean?
Perfect. So let me ask you this. So what if I wanted to already make it a little bit higher? So like start it off at 400. Would that make it cook faster?
You could, but you don't want it to burn either. So that's why I just like to control the temperature.
Okay. But that wouldn't cut the time in half by making it at a higher heat. Nah. Okay. See, like you teaching me something. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then we're gonna increase the temperature. Then we'll take it out in about an hour or so. So we'll touch base on that. So now we got that going. What is the next thing we're gonna be making?
We're gonna get started on our mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, Jamaican mac and cheese.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
gonna dispel some rumors that Jamaican mac and cheese is not good. That is not the case.
Oh, okay.
So over here we have a boiling pot of water already. So it just has some salt and some olive oil in it.
Awesome. So we got the boiling thing over there with the salt and olive oil. And the shells are in there, right?
No, I didn't put it in there.
Okay. So the first step to make the mac and cheese is boil your water, right?
Boil your water.
Boil your water for about a good, 10 minutes?
Yeah, just until it's brought to a boil.
Okay.
Until it's nice and boiling, steaming.
Awesome. So get it steaming. And then the next step number 2 would be, now we're going to pour, and you can just direct it.
Yeah, about a box of elbows in.
Awesome. So we got the elbow macaroni shells here, and we're going to pour the entire box. Okay. So.
Just dump it on in there.
Dump it on. I'm acting like I'm scared. I don't want to burn myself. Okay, perfect. So we got that in there, and then what would the next step be?
Now we wait for that to come to a boil, and then we're gonna strain it off. So next thing we can do is get started on our cornbread.
Okay. So now while that is boiling, which it normally takes about, how long would you say to cook the shells through?
About 25 minutes or so.
Okay. So we're going to wait about 20 minutes to get that going, to get them nice and soft. And while we're doing that, now we're going to start on the cornbread.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving. I love me some cornbread.
Can't go wrong with the cornbread.
Yes. So let's get that going. Okay. Now we are starting the cornbread.
Yep.
Perfect. Now, we normally use a whisk to actually mix everything up, but since we do not have that, an alternative option will be a fork, which is what we're going to use today. Okay, so step 1, let's show them first the cornbread that we're using. So we are doing the Jiffy cornbread mix, which is one of my Indiana hometown favorites. So tasty. All right, but you can use a couple others, but this one is a pretty good one to try. All right, so we basically just pour everything in here.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Maybe.
Crack an egg. Throw it in there.
All right, so then we crack an egg. Boom.
Now, this one is a Caribbean favorite. It's called artificial almond, but this one you don't really want to use too much of it. So literally like a drop, like not.
Okay, so this is a Caribbean favorite. What's it called?
It's called almond essence.
Okay, so this is called almond essence. So tell us a little bit about what this actually is.
It's basically the almond extract. So
it's almond extract.
So it's like the flavor of almond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just give
it a
little
Jamaican secret flavor. Almond extract. Okay, perfect.
As well as vanilla extract.
Now vanilla, I used that one before.
Yeah,
with. So same thing. You kind of just an eyeball of this.
Yeah.
So just a smidget.
This one not too much, and then this one literally like a drop or two.
Okay.
Like, if you put too much almond in anything, God bless that meal.
Perfect. So make sure you just use the right amount, not too much. Awesome. Yes. Okay, cool. So we got 1 egg, the cornbread mix. We got the almond essence so far, and then we got the vanilla extract.
Yes.
Perfect. And now we are using milk. 2% milk.
1/3 cup of milk.
1/3 cup of milk. So a little bit. Right. Sweet. So we mix the milk in. You want me to mix it?
Yep.
All right, now make sure it's nice and mixed up. Make sure you guys can see everything. Where it's like no clumps in there.
Yep.
Can I do it?
These are the joys of not having So these are the joys of not having a whisk. Get that elbow working.
The elbow working, okay. All right, to make sure it's nice. Now, like I said, we normally use a whisk, but since we don't have that, we are using a fork for our alternative option. So doing that. All right, let's do it. Sure. Got it nice and mixed. There we go. As you can see, no clumps in there, nice and smooth. Everything's blended together. Awesome. So now we pour. Perfect. So now it is time to pour in the muffin thing. So make sure you get some cute. Now, where did you get these from?
Any grocery store will have it, but I got it from Food for Less.
Awesome. So any grocery store have it, but these will help stuff not get stuck to the actual pan. So these are perfect to have for cornbread, muffins, any type of thing like that. So just pour it in here.
It's good, it's good, it's good.
Make it look neat. Cool. We clean that off a little bit.
I'll clean it up and get it nice.
Now, I will say, when you clean as you cook, that does help things be a little bit less stressful and a little bit more organized. So I like to normally keep everything together as I'm cooking. Okay, perfect. So now everything is full and ready to go. We're gonna actually put this in the oven once the mac and cheese is done boiling. That way, everything is done at the exact same time. Okay, so now the pasta is done boiling. We are gonna get this going and finish making the mac and cheese. All right, so we're gonna pour this in here, right, Chef Ty?
Yep.
Little mess. Okay, perfect. So we got this here, and then yes.
So we're gonna put 1 egg.
Okay, so 1 egg. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I usually eye that one.
You do? Okay, so I'll let you do it.
I would say about.
Oh, you put more than I thought. Okay. So he puts pretty much the whole container of sour cream.
Just about, but a little bit less.
A little bit less. Okay.
A little bit less.
Now we mix everything up. Like I said, I like to keep the space clean so you don't have to worry about it when you're done cooking. So put this in here. All right, mix it on up. Okay, so next we put, you skipped a step. We put butter in there. We got this right now. What's half, how much butter? So you put half of
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of butter. So use this kind, and it's unsalted. Like I said, I'll put all the ingredients used on the bottom of the screen. But yeah, so 2 tablespoons of butter, and mix that in there. Make sure everything is nice and mixed up. Okay.
And then I'm gonna put a little bit of milk, just a little bit.
Next step, a little bit of milk. Okay. Now, how will you know how much milk to use?
By the consistency.
Okay.
And you'll see what I mean when I put the cheese on.
Okay, perfect. So gotta mix that up with the milk. Now, can you use any type of milk or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any type of milk was fine.
Awesome. Okay, so that's all mixed up.
Now you want to add your flavor to it.
Okay.
A little bit of adobo.
A little bit of adobo. Awesome. Mix that up. Now, why do you prefer adobo seasoning over like Lawry's or any other kind they have?
I just like the flavor that it gives.
Yeah. Okay. Next step, a little Goya.
The Goya, the Saison small season package.
Okay.
About half of the packet of that.
So not the whole thing, just half?
Yeah, about
Okay.
half.
So half a pack of Goya. Mix that in there.
Sorry, come on, sweaty.
Make sure it's all mixed. You got to put a little bit of elbow in there.
Just a little bit. Then gonna put some black pepper.
Okay. Now, how much black pepper should they use?
Just about 3 shakes.
So about 3 shakes of black pepper. Awesome. Okay. So put that in there. Make sure it's nice and mixed.
You'll get all the good measurements when the cookbook comes out. Stay tuned.
Oh, you got a cookbook coming out too.
In due time.
Okay, cool. Yes, all the Jamaican American nice recipes. Yes. I'm sure we would love that.
Yes, indeed.
Sweet. Now, what are you using
about the same amount of garlic pepper.
So now we're using garlic powder.
Garlic powder. Yes.
And how much of this do we use?
About the same. About the same as the black pepper.
So about 3 shakes.
About that.
Okay, perfect. So about 3 shakes of the garlic powder. Now
and
we're
onion
using
powder.
Onion powder too.
Well.
So about the same thing of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So about 3 shakes of the onion powder. Sweet. Smelling great.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
And then because we used unsalted
there's the Lowry's. That's what I was talking about.
Can't go wrong with the Lowry's.
Definitely not. Oh, I'm sorry, but what were you saying?
I said because we use unsalted butter, you just want to use the Lowry's as well.
Okay, now how much of this?
Not
shakes.
too much.
About a good 2 shakes.
Yeah, about that.
A little bit less. Okay, mix that in there. Perfect. Why does it seem like it's already cheese in here? That's so funny. It's already tasty.
I'm telling you, it's about the flavors. It's about the flavor.
Now's the best part. We got some cheese.
About to add the cheese to it.
Now, how much cheese? Now, let me show them. So this is Mexican blend cheese, which pretty tasty. Now, how much of this do we use?
About half the bag. Because the other half is gonna go on top of it.
Okay. So half the bag of this. That's why you say you need a big bag of cheese.
Yeah.
I see now.
And even then, this is a smaller bag of cheese. I usually put more cheese in there.
Really?
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Next.
Perfect. Now, why do you prefer shredded cheese over like the Velveeta? Because I know
honestly,
that's how I was originally.
I just like I like when you eat mac and cheese that it's nice and stretchy cheese. Like I don't like no shade at anybody that put Velveeta or anything like that, but I just like the consistency of the mac and cheese when you use like the shredded cheese.
Shredded cheese? Okay.
Yeah, the shredded Mexican blend cheese at least.
Got it. Okay. So mix that up. Cool. Uh-oh, I see what you're talking about. Now I see it. It's pulling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can put a little elbow in there.
Definitely gonna put some elbow grease in it.
Perfect. Now.
A little bit more. All right.
Sweet. So we put that. Mix it up a little bit more.
It's looking right.
It's looking great. Nice and cheesy. I will say that. Ooh, oh, this is looking too good. Let me show them what this looks like. See, it's looking nice and tasty. It is coming apart. It's looking real good. Okay, so now we got it all mixed up. We're gonna put it in the pan. Okay. All right. So put it all in here. You see that? Y'all see that coming out like that? Oh, this is a heavy pan.
Yeah, the pot itself is heavy.
Ooh. See it just pulling apart. Awesome. So kind of spread that out. And then you said we're gonna put more cheese on the top of it, right? Okay. Yes, this Thanksgiving is gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Make it perfect.
Yeah, just as flat as possible.
So make it as flat as possible after you pour into the thing. That way it can come out the correct way.
Yep. And then you want to put the last of the cheese over the top of it.
Okay. So the rest of that?
You just want to cover it, really. If you don't have to, you really don't gotta use the whole thing.
So should we spread this out or no?
Yeah, we're gonna spread it out.
Okay. So make sure your hands are clean.
Yes.
That way you can spread everything out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If your hands aren't clean, you shouldn't be cooking.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. That is some cheese. That's some mac and cheese for you.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so you basically just cover it to where you can't even see the shells.
Yeah. Once you stop seeing shells, you know you have enough cheese.
Okay. Awesome. So now it's time to put it in the oven, guys. So set the oven to, keep it on 350, right?
Yeah. You can keep it on 350 with everything.
Now, because we do want everything, like I said, to get done at the same time, we're just going to add this in there with the chicken, and we're going to bake this for about how long? 30 minutes?
About that. Just until the top layer of cheese is nicely melted and it gets a nice golden cover.
Perfect. So about a good 30 minutes. Make sure it's nice and melted. And yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's get it. Almost there.
Almost.
Oh, okay. So we put a little pepper on there. Can't forget that step. And why do you use that?
Just so that you just want the top of it to still have flavor too.
Okay, so the top of it can still have flavor. We put a little parsley and a little bit of pepper in there. All right.
Yeah.
On the top?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it smells like real Jamaican.
And then we could put this in at the same time.
Awesome. Now we're also putting the cornbread in there as well. Now the mac and cheese, 30 minutes, and the cornbread is going to be in there for how long? About 20?
Cornbread is probably going to be in there for about 15.
Okay, so about 15 actually, because that's going to be the quickest to get done.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now we just play the waiting game. All right, so we are ready to eat. As you can see, everything looks so tasty, Chef Ty. So tasty. So we got the mac and cheese, nicely cooked, all the cheese on top. Then we got a jerk chicken here, so that's why it's cooked a little bit more, because it's like jerk seasoning on it. It's really white in the middle. It looks good. Then we got the cornbread here. Now he lightly dusted it with a little bit of cinnamon and put the honey on top. So we are ready to eat, and I'm super excited to try everything. Oh my God, this chicken, amazing. Super juicy, super tasty. It's exactly as described. Oh, not to mention the mango bonnet pepper sauce with it. I'm excited. Thanksgiving Eve, y'all. Okay, we are back after trying Chef Ty's delicious Jamaican holiday dishes. And I'm gonna first say, I am so stuffed right now. It was super tasty. The meat fell off the bone, as you can see, and the mac and cheese, excellent. So I would definitely be bringing that recipe back with me to Indiana for the holidays and trying to make that. That was great. So thank you for sharing that with us.
No problem.
Yes, but now we finished cooking. Let's get to know Chef Ty a little bit more. So obviously your name is Tariq, and that's how you came up with the name Chef Ty.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So at what age did you realize that you wanted to actually be a chef? And when did you also realize that you wanted to make a career out of this?
At the age I decided I wanted to be a chef was really when all right, sorry, it's a little bit hard for me because it's like when I first decided like I wanted to start cooking like professionally, it was like I had already moved over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd already moved to Los Angeles when I decided I wanted to like cook professionally. But when I first started cooking, was that your original question?
Yeah, like when did you first started cooking? Like I think you said you were 7.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, when I first started cooking, I was around 7 years old. That's when I decided that I wanted to be a vegetarian.
That's a young age. Wow.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely wanted to be a vegetarian, so I had to cook for myself. So.
Well, before you continue, So he just said he wants to be an actual vegetarian at 7 years old. So normally, especially with me coming from the Midwest, people really want to decide they want to be a vegetarian as an adult because they want to just live a healthier lifestyle. So how did you know about being a vegetarian and all that?
Well, my dad was a vegetarian, so it's like my dad was a vegetarian, and then everybody else in my house ate meat. So it was interesting because like there was one time like before I started to be a vegetarian, like my family would be like, "We're gonna have you good, okay." My family would like they'd make like some of those real ethnic dishes and stuff like that, and I don't eat tripe and bean. I don't eat cow foot. I don't eat, like, when I was younger, I didn't like curry goat. I eat curry goat now, but when I was younger, I didn't like certain foods. Like, I was very keen on, like, textures and stuff. So I was just like, one day I was just like, nah, I want to be a vegetarian like my dad. I just started cooking. So, because he got home late, too. So it's like, if you want that vegetarian meal, you're going to have to cook that.
Awesome. That's very interesting. So did you eat meat prior to saying that you wanted to be a vegetarian? Or
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. I just got tired of the super meals that it was just like, this isn't, like, I don't know how y'all eat tripe and bean. Like, to the Jamaican kids that grew up eating tripe and bean, God bless y'all.
Wow.
I did not like that.
And what is tripe and bean?
It's like, I think it's intestine to my knowledge. I believe it's intestine.
It's intestines. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So at a young age, you didn't like the taste of that?
Nah.
And that was the type of meat.
Wasn't my favorite.
Okay. And that was the type of meat, being a Jamaican, that they were feeding you guys as a kid, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't really get to decide what you really want for dinner unless you plan on making that yourself.
Oh, then that's why you learned how to cook, obviously.
For sure.
Awesome. Okay. So you are Jamaican, but where are you originally from?
I'm originally from New York.
Oh, okay. So your ancestry is from Jamaican, but you were born in New York.
Yeah.
In what part?
I wasn't from the Bronx.
From the Bronx. Okay, that makes sense why you grew up so fast. I'm like, I'm from the Midwest and things are a lot slower out there. I'm like, wait, you were cooking and doing all this as a vegetarian?
Well, I was also in between the two. Like, I was still in Jamaica more than like 3-4 times out the year. So I definitely grew up on the farm, like, for sure.
Oh, okay.
In between.
That's very interesting. Awesome. So being that you're Jamaican, would you say that all your dishes are pretty much Jamaican flavored in its own way, or would you say they're Americanized as well?
Nah, for the most part, these are all Jamaican dishes. Like, even the Scotch bonnet peppers in this jerk chicken is from my grandfather's farm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Everything is authentic.
So no matter what dish you make, it's going to have a little bit Jamaican flavor in it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so he's a classified official Jamaican chef.
Well, it depends. Like, there's certain clients where it's like they want different things.
Right?
Yeah, American, African. Man, I've cooked for a lot of people, so you just have to be able to adapt.
Mm-hmm. But when people normally hire you, you pitch yourself as a Jamaican chef.
Absolutely.
That specializes in Jamaican food.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. So,
but I'm also open to other requests.
Okay, cool. So he does it all.
I'm always up for a challenge.
That's good to know. And like I said, I will attach all his information at the bottom of the screen later on in the interview, so you guys will be able to follow him and follow up on everything. Okay, but my next question is, what would you say the hardest part about being a chef has been so far?
I wouldn't say hard. Depending on like really big orders, you're gonna be doing some heavy lifting, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I didn't realize how much heavy lifting being a chef entailed.
So you might want to get like an assistant or something.
Yeah, have somebody that could do some heavy lifting. One of the events that I had done out here was I fed 1,000 homeless people in partnership with some other chefs, and I think it was through paid meals. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like when we were prepping all of the stuff for that, it was so heavy, like pounds and pounds of like.
And how many people were you feeding?
We fed about 1,000 people on that day at Skid Row.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, and what did you say the name of that was?
The organization was Paid Meals.
Paid Meals, that's amazing. So you said with that, feeding 1,000 people, it was a lot of like.
It was heavy lifting.
Heavy lifting?
It was heavy lifting, but it was a good cause, so I'm always here for it.
Oh, that's amazing. So you say basically the hardest part is not the cooking or anything like that, it's the lifting.
Nah, I would say the
At least
lifting.
for you.
I would say the lifting. Or whenever you get like special needs and things of that sort, like it's like cooking outside of what's your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And still making it like a delectable meal as well.
Cool. So what if you aren't cooking for a huge amount of people and somebody wanted to just hire you for, let's say, just a husband and wife or just a small crowd?
Oh, I do that. I do that for sure.
Okay. So what would you say the hardest part of that would be? Or it won't be a hard part?
That's not.
That's just easy. Okay. Okay, got it.
It's not difficult.
Just trying to clarify.
Nah.
Okay, so Chef Ty, what would you say your proudest moment has been so far to where you were like, wow, like I see myself again making a career out of this? What was your favorite moment of being a chef so far?
My favorite moment would probably be working with Michael Blackson. That's why I said like sometimes you get requests that are out of your comfort zone, but you're still able to maneuver and make a great meal out of it. So with that, like, I'm not gonna lie, before this, I had never even like ate fufu and egusi stew and eba. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Please don't cancel me.
Like, don't cancel me.
Don't cancel me. But yeah, like definitely learning how to do it, getting the right knowledge and then executing it great was definitely a challenging part, but I got it done and everybody loved it.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Michael Blackson, shout out to him. He's a comedian, an African comedian, and he had you making what type, like just African food, right?
Food.
Now, was this for a big party or?
It was like on a set. It was on a set for us. Like they were doing some skits for promos.
Wow. Okay.
So we like shot it in his apartment.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, cool.
I wouldn't call it an apartment. It's pretty big, actually.
Awesome. So, and how old are you, Tariq, for those of you who don't know? He makes a lot of stuff, but he's very young.
I'm 23.
Wow, 23, has been cooking since he was 7 years old. So he's a specialist in this. That's amazing. Wow. You can cook better than probably a lot of grown, older adults, you know? So I've
had some sad plates.
That's awesome. But practice makes perfect.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Would you say?
No, not me. I said like other people have cooked and like I've been like, nah, that's not it.
Yeah. Now, what would you say helped make you get better by just actually cooking on a regular basis or like?
Cooking on a regular basis for sure. Always like inquiring like how to make this better. Like if I did something wrong or like not really wrong, but like if I did something that could have been done better, I always want to know, like, how could I have done this better?
Yeah.
So I'm always open to constructive criticism.
Awesome. So
from valid sources. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. So you like the constructive criticism from people who are actually trying the food?
Yeah. Well, trying the food, people that, like I get most of my constructive criticism from my family. Like my sister, she actually taught me how to cook. So Kimmy's Kitchen, shout out to you. She was definitely a good critic, for sure. She was a good critic, but she made sure I got some good food out. I used to help her cater as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I know East Coasters, especially the women out there, they're super straightforward and direct, especially New Yorkers. So
man,
I know she's like, this is not good. Like, you need to add this,
but my sister is a sweetheart, though. Like, she's a sweetheart. She's very much so, bruh, it's all right, but little better.
She's like, you make it better.
Can always be a little bit better, you know? She just got you, bro. She's
awesome.
one of those.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you say like you look up recipes to try? Like you actually...
Oh yeah, like I'll try a different recipe every week. I'll definitely try different stuff. Go outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. I am actually out, and I would think I was telling you a little bit about this, working on my cooking skills. So again, trying something every single week has definitely helped me too, just kind of just being more consistent. Like, okay, let me try a little bit of this, or let me see how it tastes like if I add a little bit of something else. So practice does make perfect, guys. So just keep practicing. So my next question is, what would you say your actual favorite dish to make if somebody was like, okay, I want your specialty, what would you make for them? My personal favorite was like some salmon, some crab stuffed salmon with some shrimp. Craft stuffed salmon and
I'm
shrimp.
getting hungry again thinking about it. And I just finished eating a great meal.
Yeah, that's amazing.
With some mashed potatoes and like some arugula or asparagus.
Arugula or asparagus. Awesome. That sounds good.
Lightly seasoned.
Cool. Okay. Now, if you could leave any future inspiring chefs or entrepreneurs out there with any piece of advice, what would you say?
Piece of advice, don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Like, just because you're good at doing one thing, don't close doors. Don't close other doors just because you're not comfortable doing something. Like, actually try before you just say no.
Okay, I like that. Now, my last question is, before you leave us with your socials, what can we expect next from Chef Ty? So what do you have coming up, or what do you have in the works that you plan to do soon?
In the works coming up, I usually have pop-up shops where I like go and sell food by the beach, or I'm always doing catering. So like for like the Thanksgiving coming up, I'm doing catering deals. So definitely inquire. We definitely do in-home catering as well, private events, all of that. So
awesome. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And tell everybody, where is the best place to find you, your socials and everything.
Best place to find me is on Instagram at Herbal Vibes Kitchen. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I will attach all that. And as we said, Tariq is available for hire in private catering. Real quick before you go, what is normally your price range so people can kind of have an idea of before they book you?
Well, that depends. Once again, just inquire. Most times I'll work with people's budget, but usually it would just depend on what you're ordering off the menu. Like I don't have one specific price range because I cook various different styles of food.
Okay, perfect. So just reach out to him and he can kind of give you the actual price. So that wraps it up for us, guys. We will see you next time, and happy Thanksgiving.